What up, YouTube? My bad on the lag. I got sick and I had some things I had to take care of, so sorry about that. But anyways, I think I pretty much said I was gonna start doing the looping and looping out. I'll get right into that right now. Just let me see why this isn't working right here. What the hell? Oh, I gotta turn it off, turn it on. Yeah, real quick thing, because right now my virtual DJ thing's messing up. When you turn your equipment on, or whatever, you're going to be doing it through computer, turn this on first. Also, make sure your speakers are off before you turn this on. Because if you plug your speakers in, turn all your speaker equipment on first, and then plug it all in here, and then power this up, you're going to get a big fat pop on your speakers, and that could wear your speakers down. So, word of advice to make sure your speakers are not connected. Turn this on. If you're going to be using the computer, make sure you hit source and you go to USB MIDI. And you hit the source button and you move it with a parameter wheel to go through your options. So, source, move the parameter wheel, go to USB MIDI. See if this will work now. So my issue right now with this thing was it wasn't registering. It was playing, but it was playing real slow. See, when you turn your Numark Mixdeck on first, and then you turn your virtual DJ on, that should pop up. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. It looks more legit when it does pop up. Mine, it doesn't always pop up. Today it happened to pop up, so that's kind of cool. But anyways, to move through the tracks, you have this parameter wheel right here. If you move that, you're able to move through the tracks right here a lot quicker than having to use the mouse or whatever. And the reason I don't have the computer set up right here is because I was using these for making some music, because I make music too. So I moved the computer screen over there. I have the laptop right here, but for some reason this isn't syncing correctly with that. So Numark said they're gonna try to figure out what's the deal, and I was like, man, whatever. But it works with my desktop. I don't know why, it's weird, but alright. But anyways, let me get some music going on here real quick. Show you how to loop in, loop out. All the way down there. Alright, so on one quick thing, I just pulled in a track by The Game. It's called The Kill. It's off of his new mixtape, Purple Patron. If you notice right there, it says 146 BPM. This track is not 146 BPM. That is not 146 BPM. In order to find out the correct BPM, they have the tap feature right here. So all you would do is follow with the beat and
let me crack this Patron and talk to you for a minute. Won't you put that blunt down before you put the chronic in?
Came out at 73.0 BPM. So that would more likely be the correct BPM than 146. And now you're able to mix this track with something else that would be, say, 75 BPM. And you can mix that track. You can mix that track with that track, wow, but this is 146 and that's 75. So that's how you get past that little problem, because sometimes the BPM isn't always correct. So just go in there and manually tap it in. So now we're going to do the looping in and looping out. So these are your, you got the number 1 and number 2. That stands for loop 1 and loop 2, 2 sections. Your loop section 1 and loop section 2. You have the hot cue, and then you have the samples. Now on Virtual DJ, you cannot use hotkey and you can't use samples with Virtual DJ LE. You can only use it via USB or CD. So the deck side only, not the PC side. And I'll show you how to do the hotkey and samples on the deck side on that side, on B side. So I'm going to show you how to do the looping and looping out and re-looping. Another thing on Virtual DJ is there's a lot of restriction with it. I don't know. I don't really think I like it. I'm glad I didn't pay $200 for it. I'll probably end up trying to get Tracker or something. Anyways, to start your loop, you would hit loop in, and on Virtual DJ it only loops for 5 seconds. So, you know, say you wanted a 10-second loop and you didn't want just a 5-second loop. What if you needed a 10-second loop for some reason? The way you would overcome that is, I'll show you right now, but first is how you're going to loop it. And I'm going to show you it's only going to loop for 5 seconds, so. And it cuts off. But then it doesn't even loop. So, you know, I didn't really think that was convenient at all. The only way to get past looping for more than 5 seconds is by hitting the loop in, counting 5 seconds, and right before it's going to end, hit loop out with your shift button up here. You're going to hit it to the right, and right here it's going to say 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32. Right now it's on 16. Normally it's on the middle, and the middle is a 4-bar loop. That's 4 bars. Okay. You move it over to the right. Now it's 8 bars. And if you notice, listen, all you can hear is a voice right now. If you move it over to the right again, it goes from 4 to 8, which is and then it'll just loop that over again for 8 bars. The more you go over to the right, the longer the loop will get. Now it'll loop all of this, and then it'll go back to the beginning of the loop where you started it. And you go to 32 bars, which is 1 more to the right, and that's just a bigger loop. It's a longer loop. You go to the left, and it shortens the loop out, which will give it this give it the stutter effect when you go up to 1 bar. Hey, hold on a second. Bella, come here. Come here. Hey, get over here. Behave. Come on. Say what up to you two. Say what up. Sit. Sit. Hey, sit. Shake. Good girl. Good girl. Say what up. Say what's 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 up. Stay here. Lay down. Come here. Right here. Good girl. Alright, so what was I doing? Oh yeah. So that's how you would do the stutter effect. You know, that's what the shift button is for when you're looping and looping out. But oh yeah, now so the loop that we just did right now, you can go back to it by hitting the re-loop button. So if you hit the re-loop button, that was that little part we had looped up right there when I started doing this to it. So if you want to stop looping, you hit loop out, and then it'll just continue to play the song. See how the lights went away? They're back again, but they'll go away because that's where your loop ended. So that's how you do the loop in and loop out. These bottom ones count for the same thing, but not on Virtual DJ LE. These count for hotkeys, so
If I ain't never told you nothing, I never told you nothing. I never told you, never told you, never told you nothing. I think you
So
might
that's
wanna
what
listen. Leaving
these do.
Aftermath and G Unit was never my decision. But I'm back now when we record
Now,
back
if you
now.
don't
Once
want the
fans, now
ones that you
phones,
just
both our
previously
phones
set
tap
on there,
now.
because these are hotkey points for virtual DJ LE, not for the deck and the USB. All you do is you go up to them right here, they're in the white lines, and with your mouse, this is the quickest way I know to get rid of them, is by going over it, right clicking it, and then just hitting delete. Now see, right now I have 2 cue points set up. If to set cue point 1 without deleting it, there's a quick way to do it. You have to pause the track, take it off scratch or half scratch, go to search button, or scratch, don't matter, search is faster. Go to wherever you want the cue point to be on this track. So say if you want it to be in the beginning over here, then you go back to the beginning. Say you want it to be right here at cue point 1. Now cue point 1 up here. Bella, stay here. Sorry, there's some kid riding his bike trying to tease my dog. That's why I brought her out, so she'll chase his stupid ass. Maybe he'll learn. No, I'm just kidding. Well, anyways. So yeah, say you wanted the loop to be in the beginning right here. So I don't know, right there. All you do is make sure that it's paused. You hit the cue button, and it'll replace your cue set to, that spot, whatever cue point you have. So that's what we had for the third one. So if we go to the first one, if you hit the first cue point and pause it, I think this is how you get the second cue point. Yeah, and the first one, and then what about this? Oh, okay, I see. So this is what I just found out now. Now when you're searching through them, whatever cue point you hit, so say the third one, you want to reset the third one, you don't have to delete it. You just pause it, go back, like say that's where cue point 3 is at. Say you want it right here, all you do is make sure you hit cue point 3. You gotta hit the button so you can catch it. Go to where you want to hit it, and then hit the cue button, and now that'll reset cue point 3. It'll move from there to there, and it'll say cue point 3. So now what if you want to reset cue point 2? Well, you just hit it, pause it, hit cue point 2, pause it. Cue point 2 is right there. Say you want it right here. Just hit the cue button now. And then bam, there's cue point 2. So that's a quicker way that I just learned right now to reset all the cue points only on virtual DJ LE. Well, I have LE. I didn't pay for the $200 version, which I'm glad I didn't, because I don't really like the way they have their setup going. Bella, behave. So that's how you do the loop. Now I'm gonna try to do the hot cue and samples, but on deck side B through USB and through CDs. I'm not doing it through USB. I'm doing it through CD. So, but it'll do it through USB. I've already tried it. Haha, pulled in the same track. Whoa, almost dropped the camera. That'd be the second time already. Alright, so oh dang, it's going on 13 minutes. I didn't know that. I gotta stop it, I think.